brand of hockey, it would help them progress towards their professional dreams a lot faster than if they played on the international side. So I think that is a big factor on why now a lot of kids, and you're getting a push from advisors. Most of the kids now at 15 and 16 years old have family advisors, and their benefit of or their payday is at the end when the kids that they have turn pro. And they're thinking, okay, if we get them over to North America early and they get used to playing and they get a chance to be seen a little bit more, it might help their draft value and it might help them, accelerate their way to the NHL or way to pro hockey. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of advisors pushing kids from Europe to get over here earlier as well.
It's interesting. When I saw the story that you were coming back to be the head coach at Wisconsin, and knowing Barry Alvarez as I did, I wondered what that telephone call to you was like and how persuasive he was. What was it that he said that got you to leave the pros?
That is funny you say that word persuasive, because that's exactly when I hung up the phone, the way I described Barry, because I knew the call was coming because he had mutual friends set up and say, hey, Coach Alvarez would like to talk to you later in the week. He wants to pick your brain on some ideas about where the program should go, and he wants to see what you think. And so I said, yeah, no problem, have him call. And when he called, I was prepared, I was ready, and I made my recommendations on what I thought the program needed. I was really confident in my suggestions on helping. And within half an hour of the conversation, the next thing you know, he had convinced me that I was the guy that should be coming to coach for different reasons. And when I went into the call, I had no plans of coming back. The recommendations that I made, I can tell you right now, are Mark Johnson, who everybody knows what Mark did and what he does for the university. Now he's coaching the women's side over here. And then you had my brother Donnie, was with the development program for 5 years, and you had Mark Kosicki, who was an assistant coach here and developed so many great players and recruited so many great players for Wisconsin fans. So I thought those three guys, if you picked any one of those, you would have been in great shape. They would have done a great job. And then as the conversation went on, he said, Tony, I want more than that. I don't just want one of those guys. I'd like to have a bigger package and do something, more special than just hiring, one of those guys. And he threw the idea out that why wouldn't I be interested in it? And I didn't have a real good answer for him. I guess the best answer I had was that I was helping Donnie and Mark get ready for their interviews and their chance to be the head coach here, and I was going to help them along the way. And he made the suggestion, why don't you just tell both those guys that you're going to bring them with you? And that's kind of the way the call went. So persuasive would be a great description of Barry. He's certainly a guy that I've admired on what he did for not only our football team but our athletic program here at the University of Wisconsin. And it's been an unbelievable experience in my first few months on the job of being underneath them, of working with him, of getting to talk to him about his experiences to help me in my new position.
Yeah, I know it's hard to say no to Barry, and of course, not like he didn't put a little pressure on you, because he said on social media after you were hired, "This hire will knock your socks off."
Yeah, I read that one too. That was a pretty good line. He used that. They actually they made a big campaign of it. Everybody that came to the press conference and was around the hockey program, they gave him a pair of socks that had those exact words on them. So he was excited. He going into during the year, he had taken some criticism that he wasn't a hockey guy and that he kind of let the program sink and he didn't care about it. Well, I can tell you that the opposite is true. He cares about any Wisconsin program and wants to make them the best. And the way he reached out to me and allowed me to bring Donnie and Mark along with me as my associate coaches, he made a big statement to everybody on really what the game of hockey means to our community, to our university, and really what Badger Sports is all about. It's finding a way to bring in people that have a passion to try and make it a special place and separate ourselves from the rest of the universities.
We've got about 90 seconds left. Have you found so far that the players in your program and also the ones that you're talking to as recruits, that the name Tony Granato has some cachet to it and really catches their attention since you had such an outstanding pro career?
I don't know. I don't think of it that way. I want the kids to come to our program because they think a lot of things. I want